I know you guys have been waiting, like, what's going on with the dating game? Well, remember, I told you, I need more bachelors and bachelorettes. Come on, y'all, don't be scared. Don't y'all want to find love? Well, I am excited to announce that we have another bachelorette in the running by the name of Kiana. Make sure you guys go ahead and check her out. And fellas, let us know if you want to win her love and affection.
Kiana Victoria. I'm 23 years old. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. I turned 24 July 16th, so that means I am a Cancer. I have 2 jobs, so I am very independent. I have my priorities in check. I live by myself. I do know how to be submissive, so I am looking for a man to lead. I live in reality, so that means I'm a realistic person. I'm very humble, very shy at first, but I'm so funny. I have a very bright personality, and I'm just an amazing fucking person.
Hit me up at att2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Again, that's att2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. See you soon. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Throw up a 1 if you can hear me. I don't have my face showing. I'm assuming the answer is yes. Y'all can hear me. Okay, perfect. What's up, everybody? And welcome to another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2, hashtag TTRD. Y'all already know what it stands for. Let's get real, y'all. All right. So before I start this out, before I tell you why I don't go to church or anything like that, I just wanted to kind of start out my history with religion first, just so you guys can get an idea and a background. What's up, Kimmy, Mimi, Wendy, Mina, Natasha, Aurelia, Paranormal, Heidi, Yvette, Dev. I see all of y'all. Thank y'all for joining the show today. I always like to shout out my people. Oh, and make sure y'all pass that collection plate around because we in church right now. What's up, August and September? Make sure you guys check them out. August and Rolo, they're dope as hell. What's up, Sarah? I see you too. All right, so let me start out with my history with religion. So when I was little, I used to live with my dad, and we lived with my grandparents. So when it came to religion, I was never brought up. How do I put this? Not that I wasn't brought up in the church, but I wasn't brought up in the church, if that makes sense. My mom would be considered Christian, and my dad, which I live with my dad and my grandparents, my grandparents were Jehovah's Witness. So I've always had like this whole thing with religion where I knew, okay, you can have multiple religions. So I've never had a thing where I think one religion is better than the other or anything like that. I would say my base is Christianity, but I wouldn't consider myself a Christian unless I was actually baptized. So moving on. So with my grandparents being Jehovah's Witness, it always kind of confused me because they didn't celebrate the holidays and stuff like that. So there was a lot of things that they looked at as like a no, as far as different. And I know some people have a different experience when it comes to the whole Jehovah Witness thing, because as I've heard, there's a lot of people that seem like they were in like a cult, like people were shunned and everything like that. But my grandparents believed in individuality. Like they allowed my dad and my uncles to do them. They allowed me to be me, so they never made me have to go to the Kingdom Hall or anything like that. Anytime I went, I wanted to, because I love my grandma to death, and like I wanted to be around her. So what's up, Deidre? Thank you for joining the show. So I wanted to be around my grandma, so anything like that I would definitely go. I would definitely go to. So I was never forced to go to the Kingdom Hall or anything like that. For those of you who don't know, the Kingdom Hall is their religious, not religious building. I know I'm not saying it right, but y'all know what I mean. Anyway, so with them, I can't say that I fully believe everything, but I do kind of draw a little bit from that when it comes to certain things. Now, when it comes to Christianity, yes, I have been to church. I never went religiously or anything like that. Oh yeah, Mina, make sure they pass that dang. Tell them to pretend like we in church and pass that collection plate around, because I ain't seen no collections yet. Except the collectors I owe. But anyway, I have been to church. It it's not that the church never resonated to me, but just sometimes when you see people outside of church and you see them personally, um it really, oh, thank you, Wendy, I appreciate that. Shout out to Wendy, because when I be all like drop a dollar or two, she literally drops a dollar each show. I love her for doing that because she doesn't have to. But anyway, it's those awkward things where like you go to church, it seems that everybody knows all the songs, they know all the scriptures. It's like that in the Kingdom Hall with Jehovah Witnesses too. They know all the songs, they know all the scriptures, and like they all following along, and I'm the whole time just kind of looking like how do y'all know all these songs, how y'all know all these scriptures? The only scripture I know is Austin 3:16. If y'all didn't get that joke, we can't be friends. Get your ass off my live stream right now. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Austin 3:16 is the only scripture I know. But other than that, I don't know any like scriptures or anything like that by heart. Like I've heard of some and I can reiterate some, but I don't know where to find it, all this other stuff. Um I've always felt so I've always felt uncomfortable when it came to people saying like, "Oh, well, are you following Christ? Are you a believer?" And it's all like, "Of course I believe in God." I feel that you can have your own relationship with God. I don't feel that you need to go to church to have a relationship with God. And I want to clarify, I'm not saying that I won't go to church at all or anything like that. I mean, I have been, not this year, but I have been before in the past, but not religiously, like going every Sunday and stuff like that. And why I gotta be on Sunday? I know, because rested on the seventh day. I know, but why I gotta be on Sunday though? Thank you, Deidre. I appreciate that. I know the Bible like the top of my foot. Scripture for scripture. Oh, you know what? Me and Aurelia have talked behind the scenes too. So yeah, you have told me about that, the way you were raised. No, it's not a coming out party. No. The only thing I'm coming out about is not going to church. That's the only thing I'm coming out about. I used to do everything in church till I got pregnant, wasn't married, and they put me. Ooh, see, I always hear these scary stories about how people got kicked to the curb, and that could have been a reason. Ooh, my dad is gonna kill me for this. Should I share the story? Okay, I'm not gonna share the story, but I'm just gonna share a little information. Hopefully, my dad's not watching. If AT Senior is watching, I apologize. But my dad did not tell my grandparents. My grandparents loved me. Don't get it wrong. But my dad did not tell my grandparents about me until after I was born. And the way he did it was that he just brought me over there. And I think the whole Jehovah Witness thing had something to do with it, why he didn't tell them before. He didn't tell them that his girlfriend was pregnant or anything like that. He just decided to bring me over there. Definitely a shocker. So I can totally see, when some people say they were shunned, they were told. And my dad was an adult too. He wasn't. My parents weren't teens; they were adults. They were young adults, but they were adults. A lot of people have lost the true meaning of church, which is God. Stop looking at people. Yes. And again, I want to clarify. I used to go to church only on Christmas. Yeah, a lot of people do that on holidays. Yep. Um, it's not it's not the religion, it's the people. Again, let me repeat that because sometimes people don't get it. It's not the religion, it's more of the people that turn you off from religion. And I think that's a lot when it comes to come to people who are atheists. Now, I can't speak for all atheists, but I think what really turned them off were the people, because like I'll be like, how don't you not believe in anything? Like whether you're Muslim, Mormon, whatnot, like you have to believe in something. Like there's something out there. I do believe that for the most part, all of us believe in energy. What you put out in the world is what you get back. I think for the most part, a lot of us do agree on that. So for me personally, I believe in energy, but I also believe in God. My family is deeply rooted in the church, but I don't go. I feel that most important thing is your relationship with God. I always read it on the right side. Is a thing is your relationship with God. You worship. You can worship anywhere. Boom. Thank you, Laura. Exactly. Aurelia said aliens. My personal relationship with God is too important to allow man to come in the middle. Boom. Exactly. True. It's the people. I know a lot of priests did that. Some priests use um their own rules instead of the church doctrine. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. Okay, so I think we all have pretty much the same. Like it's the people. You probably should listen to TD Jakes. He is an awesome, very honest. Okay, so I do like TD Jakes. However, I don't like the preachers and I don't like televangelists. Now, I know those are two different things. For those of you who don't know, the televangelist is like those big time people that be on TV. Your average preacher is the one that you see in church and stuff like that. But the televangelist is those big people that you see on TV, like those TD Jakes and those Joel Osteen. I don't like those people. I hate those people. Like a lot of people are like, oh, I got a quote from Joel Osteen. I'm gonna share his tweet. No, why are you trusting that man? Did y'all not see what that man did when he left them people outside in the rain? Can you stand the rain? And he said, nah, you gonna stay your ass out in the rain. Do y'all not remember he left them people in Houston in the rain and they couldn't come inside his church? I always knew something was wrong with him. I always knew something was. I don't care who get offended. I knew something was wrong with Joe Osteen beforehand, but they did not let him. He did not let them people in that church in Houston. I knew he wasn't shit. Anyway, and by the way, if you're watching this, you might be going to hell with me. Don't judge me. What's up, Redhott? Celine, I see you. You say your mom loves him. Tell your mom I'm sorry. Psalms 23 and 35 are my favorite verses to read. See, Kimmy, you got to tell me what verses. Actually, I do own a Bible, so I'll look it up after the show though. I should have my Bible with me so I can pull up a few scripts. So I do know a few, but not by heart. Mega churches kind of scare me. Yes, these mega churches. Man is flawed, God isn't. Yes. I don't like the mega churches. You know what? Let's go ahead and do yes, religion is a business. Let's go ahead and do a poll, y'all. So, how many of you like the mega churches? Okay, press 1 if you like the mega churches. Press 2 if you just think something is deep rooted and evil about the mega churches. We're going to do a countdown. So, 1 if you like the mega churches, press 2 if you think something is evil and deep rooted in those mega churches. You have to build your own personal relationship with God, and He will guide you to the correct place of worship. I like TD Jakes. Yes, for TD Jakes is one of the exceptions. I do like him. A lot of stuff that he talks about with poverty and really helping people and getting down to the root issue when it comes to things. I really like him for that. Because my thing is that, okay, you preaching to all these people and you have millions of dollars, but the people that you are preaching to are broke, homeless, jobless. I don't like that, you know? Like, what are you doing with your money? Like, you should not. I think Joel Osteen, and I hate to keep bringing him up, but I think Joel Osteen has a castle, right? I know some of you guys are from Houston. Joel Osteen has a castle, right? Like, how? Why do you have a castle? Like a castle? Like, I know they don't pay taxes and stuff like that, but dang, you should not have a castle. Somebody look it up right now. Joel Osteen has a castle because it has that drawn bridge. I think he's the one with that drawn bridge or whatever. You know, the bridge, like the old castles that, come down, go up and down. I think he has one of those. Somebody let me know. What's up, Chocolate Bay? Hey, HE, I agree 100%. I was raised in church, and as I got older, not sure if churches are for me. However, I believe in God, though. Yes, exactly. I used to go to Joel's dad's church with him, with my high school boyfriend. High school BFF. And enjoyed it when he died, and brother did not want to take over the church. Oh, his brother didn't want to take it over. He admits that he is human and makes mistakes. Yeah, but you know what? With TD Jakes, he don't be out there sleeping with different women and stuff like that. Isn't that the what's his name? Gray. I know his last name is Gray. What's that pastor that be sleeping around on his wife and bought her like $1 million ring and everything like that? I don't like him. He looks shady. The church is actually kind of elevated. Joel Osteen looks like the AT2 is afraid he will walk in church and Satan will come strolling down the aisle to greet him. Yes, yes, that is a thing I am afraid of. It's all corrupted. What's up, Shy? Thank you for joining the show. Yeah, I think Joel Osteen has a castle. Did anybody look it up yet? It's God's will for him to live prosperity. See, I don't like that. I do not like. God didn't tell you you needed to have a castle. God did not tell you that. Yes, he does, and his wife acts like her. Hit doesn't is his ish doesn't stink. Thank you for correcting that. I appreciate that. Yes, your relationship with creator is personal, does not require a building. Yes. John Gray. Oh, and Joel Osteen. Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Joel is in the background of Lakewood. When his dad passed, he just got put in that place. Oh. Why is a pastor worth 60 million? I agree on salary because it's a job, but yeah, and I want to clarify that. Thank you, Laura. I do think that you should get income because you are servicing people. So you are offering a service. I do believe you should be paid, but you shouldn't be hella rich. To me, church is when you help people that's in need without looking for anything in return. Piling up in one building, it's just to show off. Exactly. Y'all seen that one video? I should have video. Like, there was this preacher was like descending down from the roof or something like that, and he landed on stage. It's crazy what these mega churches do. Yeah. Okay, so going back to what I was talking about, there has been a friend. Shout out to my friend John. He has been trying to get me to go to his church and stuff like that. And a few times I overslept, and then other times I would try to find something to do on purpose. And it's not that I don't want to go to his church or anything like that. It's just kind of like, how do I start off? Like how do I start going? Like, is it welcoming? They say, bring thy neighbor and all that stuff, but how welcoming is it really? Creflo asked for a private jet. A private jet? See, and that's another thing. Why you got a private jet? You better be flying coach. Shoot, Jesus flew coach. He didn't fly. That was a joke, people. Don't get offended. It was a joke. Yes, if you're riding in a Bentley or flying in a plane, you done lost the meaning of Christianity. Exactly. You should be taking Greyhound. Exactly. It shouldn't be a fashion show at all, you know? And then when you're dating someone and the parents bring up like, "Oh, do you go to church?" And like I always used to lie. I always be all like, "Uh-huh, yeah, I go to church." They'd be like, "Oh, okay, that's good." It's always when you're I don't know if you guys get that too, but when you're dating someone, they always ask if you're their parents will always ask you if you go to church. It happens all the time. And I always lie and be like, yep, I do. I sure do. And I try to avoid the rest of it because I don't want them to ask me, for any details like which church I go to and all that stuff. I have a friend that's Joel's wife. Those people are going. I don't get down with none of this prosperity teaching preachers when they're only once prospering. Ooh, yes, exactly, Patrice. When they're the only one prospering. Yeah, that's what I have a problem with. Right. Hey, Dorothy, thank you for joining the show. Right. Religion was man-made to spread the word in the way of which man understand the word or intentions of the creator. Yes, because for me, it's your interpretation. When it comes to like these religions, when you read the Bible, it's your interpretation. As you know, the language was translated to English, so some of the words don't really align. And then, but they do have and I forgot the version of it where it's like more in like layman's terms so you can understand it, but the book has been translated so many times. So it's really your interpretation, just like when they translated it, it was their interpretation of it when they translated it. The most important thing is that you believe in God. Some of the wickedest people go to church. Exactly. Yes, SQ, you are right about that. So do y'all So do y'all want the church to be poor, sad, and unhappy? No, we don't want the church to be poor, sad, and unhappy, Southside. But preacher don't need a dang castle and a private jet. That's all we asking. They don't need a castle and a private jet. And no, I don't think your preacher needs to live in the hood because you need to live in the hood. But if you living in a castle, I have a problem with that. I hate the concept of tithes, 10% of my income. Wait, so okay, so I have a question. See, and this is the part about the whole church thing. So when it comes to the tithes, you gotta give 10% of your income. I thought you just put $1 in there and pass the collection plate. I didn't know you were supposed to give like a percentage. I literally thought you put like $1, $5 in there. You feeling rich, you might put 10 or 20 in there. But I didn't know you were supposed to put 10% in there. Oh yeah, I'm definitely not going to church then. Some of the kindest people I know don't believe. Yes, that is true. Look it up. I had a near death experience when I was 12. Oh no, I'm sorry about that, Dana. Oh wow. He even gets state money. He has a community service for parolees. Oh wow. Oh, he hustling money then. Oh, dang, I did miss the first part of that message. Oh, dang, I gotta scroll all the way up. Yes, it's the King James version. Exactly. I got my bachelor's in theology, and I am a youth pastor in college. I am not in the habit of taking anything church is in you. Yes, exactly. I love that. And shout out to the youth pastors out there. People shouldn't have to pay a preacher just to do what he was called to do. If he's a real man of God, big churches and fancy cars comes from the money the congregation gives the pastor. Yes, I do think people are waking up to it. And also I want to say shout out to the preachers that are doing things in the community as far as talking about gun violence, as far as doing food banks and food drives for their people, as far as helping people out, find jobs. Shout out to those preachers. Oh, 15%. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. 15%. Like Sharon says, oh, thank you, SQ. I appreciate that. I felt out. I tithe, but it's not mandatory. Okay, okay, it's not mandatory. 10% is not written in the Bible. Y'all just like me. Y'all either put $1 in there or y'all just be passing the collection plate. Yo, this is a really good conversation, y'all. I really like this. 10% of your income, which is ridiculous. Catholics only give to the collection, not 10%. Oh, okay. Yes, tithes is a percentage. There's offering, which is what you want to give. Okay. Kenneth Copeland. Is he the one that does the whole like when he blows on people and stuff like that? I wonder if that's who he is. I gotta look that up, Dorothy. I probably shouldn't say anything else, but religion is designed to keep people in line. People can just be good without it. Mimi, I slightly agree with that, but then I don't. I do think that the Bible was designed for us to kind of it was what's the acronym that people say? Basic instructions before you leave Earth. I think that's the acronym that people use, but yeah, I definitely think that it is supposed to guide you on how to live your life. Yeah, the church is a scam, not religion, but the church is a scam. I do agree that. There's a few collections. Oh, we got a guest, y'all. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, Phillykid. What's up, Phillykid?
Hey man, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You sound good.
Okay, yeah. I was in the car, man. So yeah, I didn't know if you could hear me.
Oh yeah, you fine. What you wanted to add on to the show?
All right. So this is the thing, right? I don't like pastors who live the way that they do. Because if you think about it, Jesus walked with his disciples. He didn't live no different than his disciples. So why should a preacher live better than people in the congregation? It doesn't make any sense.
Right, right.
I mean, and no, go ahead.
No, and I do agree with that. Now, should like I said, like should the preacher live in the hood or should they be in the projects? No, that's not what I'm saying. But they shouldn't be living in castles and flying private jets. Like to me, that's ridiculous.
I agree. I mean, so this is the thing, right? Like those big mega churches, you shouldn't have a preacher living in a 2, 3, 4 million dollar house, and you have people in your congregation that can't pay their light bill. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that should never happen, but it does.
Right, right,
It
exactly.
does. I mean, and too, man. So I don't know if people really know, but I know a good bit about history. And back in the ancient Roman times, church was a scam, right? They use like church and miracles to get money out of people. Like they literally faked miracles. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, is that
To
where all those fake miracles, like the like when people put their hands on people's forehead and be like, "Dude, the cancer is gone." Is that where they get that from?
well, so all right, so like you could look it up, man. So like back in the day, they used to have like steam and like they put
Mhm.
like water and like in this bucket and they have like steam and like when the steam builds up so much pressure, it'll open up the doors by itself. You get what I'm saying? But people don't know,
Oh.
right? So people don't know that it's other stuff going on that's opening up the door. They think it's just opening up by itself. You get them, right? I mean, right? I mean, man, like dog, they had statues like in the church, and they had like stuff inside of it. And again, like with steam, it'll build up so much pressure, and it have like a little hole by the eye, right? And so like when it builds so much condensation, little water droplets will come out of that hole, so it'll look like the statue is crying. You get what I'm saying? So
Wow. They would
right,
really
so
do that? I gotta look
man,
this up. I did not know about this.
yeah, I mean, man, man, church has been a scam for a long time, man. For a long time, for a long time, man. I
That
could,
is
man, listen,
crazy.
man, I could tell you so much stuff about religion, man. It's crazy. Like I would have people really thinking about their faith because it's so much stuff that people don't know about it. Like people follow religion blindly without actually looking into it. I mean, like once you look into it, man, and you see a lot of stuff out there, it'll change your thought process on it.
Right. And Andrew, I'm glad you brought this up regarding Mormonism. And people can be any religion that they want to. I will say this, but there has been a few awkward moments where you get that knock on your door and you think it's a Jehovah Witness, but no, it's the dudes on the bicycle, right? And so there was one time like these dudes came by and I was all like, oh, I'm actually on my way to the store. I don't even know. First of all, I don't even know why I opened up the door, but I was like, oh, I'm on my way to the store. I can't really stop right now. And they were like, oh, well, can we come back? And I was all like, yeah, come back in like an hour. And they really came back in an hour, right? So,
Right.
I here's my thing. I've always felt awkward about the whole Mormon thing, me being a black person. And I understand that they have changed it now. I do know that, so I'm not disrespecting anybody right now. But I know there was a thing where if you were black, you couldn't be in those high positions, and also if you were black, they believed that I forgot who they said, but someone was evil and he was stained black, and they believe that that's why all black people are black. We have some kind of evilness in us. So after I heard that, I was all like, oh hell no, because there's a whole bunch of African Mormons, and so I always just found it weird, and I just felt awkward about that. But anyway, fast forward. So the two Mormon dudes, they were actually really cool, really respectful. They weren't I didn't get a vibe, a cultish vibe from them or anything like that. But just always having that in the back of my mind, I'll be all like, I can't F with it. I just can't F with it. And I know, like I said, things change and stuff like that. And I know they have made progress now, but for me, I can't get over that, you know?
So the thing about Mormonism, right? Mormons,
Mhm.
it's a fairly new religion, right? It's
Yes.
fairly new,
I don't know if it's
and
the newest one, but I think it is.
right. So the guy that came up with Mormonism, his name is Brigham Young. Like they got a university named after him, right?
Sorry, I was reading Red Hot
Listen.
comics. Oh my god,
So
I can't take it. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. So a guy named Brigham Young, you know what I mean? He's the one that came up and really invented Mormonism. I think may have been in, don't quote me, but it may be like 18 or 1765, somewhere around there. So it's fairly new, right?
Right.
Um, but this is the thing. Um, and I would challenge somebody to really answer this question. It should only be one denomination of religion. You shouldn't have 30,000 denominations. It shouldn't be. It should only be one. You know, you get what I'm saying? The reason why
Yeah.
the reason why domin you know what are called denominations come about is because certain people just don't agree with what the church is saying. So they separate and go on their own and start doing their own thing. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
just because you're in a denomination, that doesn't make your denomination correct.
Correct. Yeah, I do agree with that. And Patrice, I wanted to say yes. I know Gladys Knight is Mormon as well too. I can't believe she didn't hire y'all because y'all weren't Mormon. Usually they be trying to recruit people. I'm surprised they didn't try to recruit you. But anyway, I wanted to speak on that because I do agree with what you are saying. However, I think the reason why there's so many denominations is because everybody has their own interpretation of it. And so, some people follow this person because at the end of the day, we're all followers, even though we can all say we're a leader, we're a leader, we're a leader. But at the end of the day, we follow something. We believe in something. So we are following something. You know what I mean?
Right, I know what you mean. So I mean, so this is the thing though, right? Um, all right,
Oh,
I'm
shout out
trying
to
to I'm
Mina real quick. Keep going.
all right, so this is the thing. Um, to be honest with you, people shouldn't even be even reading the Bible. I mean, the Bible is I'm offending people, man, but the Bible's full of crap. I mean, I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
See, this is why I
Because the
don't have no sponsors because y'all get on here talking crazy.
well,
I don't have no sponsors. No, keep going,
I mean,
Philly. Keep going, keep
well,
going.
this is the thing. I mean, I'm gonna speak the truth because a lot of people don't know. So King James, you know what I'm saying? He's the one that put the Bible together that everybody reads today, right? He's the one that put that
Mhm.
together, right?
Right.
Now, the Bible that we read today was put together from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other manuscripts, right? And
Right. Right.
what King James did was he set a council and said, okay, we're gonna have one Bible, right? We're gonna have one book, one Bible, and I want you, my council, to translate all these books and pick the ones that we're gonna put into the Bible, right? So King James people pick the books that are in the Bible. You get you get what I'm saying? That is not the word of God. It's the word of King James interpreters.
Right. And what he
you get
wanted to put in there.
right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that part I did know. Yeah, that's why it's called the King James version. And it's
and
been
I mean
passed down, and then that's the one that I shouldn't say everybody, but a popular one. I'll say that.
that's one of the only versions you can find.
Yeah.
I
Philly
mean,
Kid.
that doesn't seem odd to you?
No, it does seem odd to me. Yeah, no, it does. I'm gonna go ahead and let Andrew on. Philly Kid, I'm gonna leave you on the screen as well too. What's up, Andrew?
All right, that's fine.
Hi, how you guys all doing?
Good,
Good. How are you?
good. What you wanted to add to the conversation?
Okay, well, first of all, this is something I've done a lot of research in. So, like, when you were talking about this, I had to pop in because let me defend what I said by Mormonism is a cult. If you practice Mormonism and if you practice any religion, I don't blame you. I don't think poorly of you. But if you're a leader of a church, I do think I question you a little bit. I don't hate anyone who is Mormon. I just think Mormonism should not be allowed in the United States. Let me explain to you how crazy Mormonism is. Like, you have to pay 10% of your income to the church pre-taxes. So that means Mormons get your money before the U.S. government does. A whistleblower alleged in 2019 that the church's financial assets were listed at $100 billion.
What?
And that's untaxed. And that was by a whistleblower of the LDS church. That no one should have that much money and not be taxed a dime.
Hold on. Let me say something. The Catholic Church dwarfs that amount of money. Dwarfs that. The Catholic Church.
I know, but that was just that was just in their investment holdings company. That wasn't all their money, which is insane.
Wow. That is crazy. And you said and we all know that money is not taxed, so that's all money they have. It's kind of like, what are they do? My thing is like, what are they doing with the money? Who needs that much money?
I mean, the crazy thing is about churches it's the religious exemption laws in the United States. The fact is, right now, okay, say we like the John Oliver. I don't know if you've ever seen John Oliver.
Yes, I have.
He did an entire video about televangelist and faith based on giving money, and I think it's just incredibly interesting the fact that that these people can exist in the world. And I think if you can collect whatever money you want, if you can convince people to give you money, but I think it's just such an interesting thing. There's so many different things. I don't think a priest should be having a $60 million private jet. Let me just say that.
Right. I don't think that as well, too. Southside, I think Southside just trying to troll us. No, I love Southside. I'm just kidding. But she said, do you ask celebrities that question? I don't think celebrities should have... Okay, this is kind of weird. And I guess this is going to go to a different topic. But for me personally, if you work hard for your money, I do feel like you should have your money. Now, do you need to be Amazon? What's the guy name from
Jeff
Amazon?
Bezos.
Why can I think? Yes, Jeff Bezos. Do you need Jeff Bezos kind of money? I think you should not be that rich. But is it okay for you to have millions? Yes, it is okay for you to have millions, but I don't think you should be filthy rich like that. And if you are filthy rich like that, that means that you had to step on a few people. Andrew, what do you think about that? I'm gonna let you go first, and then Phillykid.
Oh, that's really interesting. I think I definitely know people who are very well off financially, and I think one of the joys of living in a capitalistic economy is the fact that we can all gain our own money, that we can all increase our wealth, that we can all just be incredibly profitable and successful. And I think Jeff Bezos is a great example of self-made. Yeah, that's what I have to say. But do I think he's doing good? Yes, but I don't think it's my place to talk about him.
Right. And Phillykid, what about you? Just being filthy rich in general, not just the church.
I'm not gonna, so people like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and them. I don't blame them, man. I'm not mad at them. Honestly, I feel like if you put in the work and fame and fortune if it comes to you, I think it's deserved. I don't think it should be a limit on it if you earned it. You get what I'm saying? That's like saying, you done built your YouTube channel up to 10 million subscribers, but people say, well, we only gonna limit the amount of ad revenue that you can get. We're gonna cap it. But
because if it was me, I want all my money. You right.
Right. Right. Yeah. So that's my point.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let Patrice on. I want her to tell us about Gladys Knight. What's up, Patrice?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm fine, thank you. Hi, everyone on the panel. Yeah. So my experience as you know, as a entertainer in Vegas. We a girlfriend of mine and we auditioned. We had got a really good hookup to sing background for Gladys Knight. So we auditioned because I know one of her Grammy winning producers personally, and he hooked it up, and he was like, she cool, and she's a sweet lady, beautiful. But because we were Mormons and we nailed the audition, but because we weren't Mormons, we did it because at the time she was only hiring people that were Mormon or in the Mormon church. I didn't even know Gladys was a high deaconess in the church because, you know, the Mormon religion, you know, they were very, very racist, and some still are, but because she's who she is, and her husband, who is also African American, are in the Mormon church, and she's a high deaconess. So you had to be a Mormon or in her choir. She has a special choir within the Mormon church that you you have to audition to even get in that choir. So it's very political. We didn't get the gig, and it was so many people complained because it was people that comes from all walks of life that are her fans or supporters, and they complained so much until finally they took that away. So now anyone can audition. But the Mormon church is responsible for really helping her revamp her career. And she wrote about it and talked about it in her book because, when Gladys Knight was at the Flamingo, a lot of people did not know she was millions and millions of dollars in debt from gambling. And if you read her book, it's in there.
She had a gambling addiction.
Oh yeah, she did. She talks about it in her book, and then they helped revamp her career, got her out of debt. People didn't even know she was doing those shows basically to pay off millions and millions of debt. And she got out of debt. She got restaurants. She's very successful now, and she's back on track. She's a beautiful, beautiful lady and beautiful spirit, and I'm grateful that she took that rule out of her auditions for people to audition to be background singers for her, because now you don't have to. But religion has caused, and things like that is what causes so much division, right, with religion. And my problem is with it because I went to a very popular church where, you know, the likes of all of them were in a clique, the Creflo Dollars, the Frederick Casey Prices, the Bill Winstons, all of them are taught by the Kenneth Copelands and T.D. Jakes and all those people. So they all are a clique of people that run together and help each other out. I witnessed this for myself. I was at a ceremony. Creflo Dollar was the guest pastor. And when I tell you this mega church had money from the floor all the way up to the top of the stairs with people just coming, and they put this pressure on you. They have these cliques where we want the $100 club. Then I know you can do better than that, and I want the $200 club, and then the $500
like
people.
It's like an auctioneer.
It
100, 100, 200.
Yeah, and I'm looking and listening to this. I said, this is crazy. And me and my husband got up and walked out, and Creflo was like, oh, and that's what's wrong with you guys now. You don't want to listen, and you could be learning something. I said, nah, I'm walking out because this is a sham and this is a ripoff. Yeah. And people were just going in droves, just giving money. It was just insane.
Wow. And the thing is that people don't even realize what they're doing because they're all like, okay, I'm going to get, they feel like they have to give, like, did you guys ever feel pressured to give, Patrice? Or
absolutely. Okay. Because when you go to one of those mega churches, they want to know all about you, your job, how much you make, and things like that. And they base your membership and all of that off of that. How much and if you are in high figure, you are part of this clique, your 10% is really helping them because you make a lot of money. And my husband and I made a lot of money. They expected so much money from us. It was just ridiculous. And then we went through this whole training class of where you gotta learn how to speak in tongues, and it just felt foreign to me because they were trying to force everything on us. And I said, I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable with this, and I don't like this. I got up there for prayer one time, and this preacher put his hand on me and was talking about, I had a demon of anger. of
had a
anger in
demon in
me.
you.
Oh yeah, of anger in me, and he was praying for me and praying, and he kept like pushing my head like he was trying to make me fall down. And then wait a minute, and then he whispers in my ear. This is the kicker that, oh my God, he whispers in my ear and he says, "Now this ain't gonna take all night long, is it?"
What?
I said, "What?" I got my husband and we got out of there, and I ain't been back in a church since. I've been
Patrice.
to with those prosperity speakers. I'm done. I'm done. They all are false
Oh my
prophets. They all are
God.
fake. I'm
Yo,
over it.
because I'm ignorant and I'm an actor. When he started pushing my forehead, I probably would have started falling out on the floor and started going through convulsions and start slobbering out the mouth. I probably would have played along because I'm stupid like
And
that.
that was the cue for me to do that. I was like, "No, dude, I'm not that. This ain't that, and I'm not her. Like it ain't happening." I said, "This is all a big old farce." Like, oh my God. And we left, and I never stepped foot back in a church since then. I know for a fact they are fraud.
Oh
And you know
my
what?
God.
And you know what,
Patrice,
man? I'm gonna put. No, go ahead.
Patrice, something you have to understand about me. I'm an Episcopalian white boy. This is like completely foreign to me. Wow.
Yeah.
That is,
Yeah, seriously.
wow.
They all fall under the same umbrella and clique, okay? And if you're not down with the clique, they have listen, you can't even sit in the front as a visitor unless you make a certain amount of money, and they have the row for people. All those people you see in the front at all of their churches are the people that make six figures or more and spend big bucks in the church. Now I'm telling you what God loves, as they say, the truth. They are very cliquish. They very cliquish. They very organized, and it's very political. Very political.
Sun Kid said,
Why
"I
do
can't
you
believe
think?
he whispered in here."
Why do you think they can no longer talk about things that they used to talk about? Like they can't, the voting situation. They can't speak personally on all of the racial things that's going on because their pockets are getting lined by certain people, politicians, and the government. When they are 501(c), they can't talk about those things as far as the government's, or they won't get funding from the government.
Right. That's a good point. Phillykid, what were you gonna say?
So this is what I was gonna say. So it's like the whole getting money and scamming. Like I said, I mean everything comes from back in the day, because the government and church were one and the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, really, in order for the government to get money, it had to come through the church. You get, I mean, so
I'm gonna let
that's like,
Redhott on, but keep talking. Though I'm gonna let
right.
Redhott on, but keep talking. Go ahead, Philly.
Okay. So yeah, so like that's why now, when America came about, they said, okay, well, we're gonna have a separation of church and state. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
the way
I mean,
it's
because
supposed to be.
right, but I mean, but that's why like the scamming and the money came from, because they were getting money for the government and for the church. I mean, so they were trying to get up so much money, and that tradition just pretty much just got passed on and passed on and passed on for generations and generations, and it's still going.
Right. And Redhott, what you wanted to add on to the conversation?
Well, first of all, I don't believe in church for real. I stopped going because they keep more mess in church than they do outside the church. And some preachers are living better than his congregation, which the people supposed to come to the pastor for help, but he living better than everybody else. I don't like that.
Why is it that every time somebody need help in the church, they tell you, yeah, we gonna pray for them, and we gonna do this and do that, and we gonna but when the church need help, they want your money, but when you need help, they tell you to go to God.
Right. That's
and
what
pray
I'm saying.
about
That
it.
is so true.
And
That's what
pray
I'm
about it.
saying.
After you done gave all your 10% for years and years and years. I watched my mother. I was raised in the church. I watched my mother. She's still very religious right now. And I don't say anything to her because she's old and set in her ways. But I watched how the church have brainwashed a lot of people. They have brainwashed them. And when you wake up and after you witness and see certain things, it's just like it's not supposed to be like this, you know? And I left. I got out of church. It's a sham. And all the sex scandals that's going on now within the church, it's just crazy.
Ooh. Something I have to talk about, if you don't mind me intruding, but when the Mormon church, they have their own special hotline for that exact thing. Now, what do you think that's for?
A hotline?
Yes, it's a hotline for sexual abuse. I don't know if I can say that word, sorry, but if this video gets demonetized, but they have a special hotline which is used to disguise and to hide abuse allegations in the church. Because the Mormon
right, Andrew, they were going all over in Africa when they do their, what do they call it? Their missions, when they go on their missionaries, and they were sexually abusing a lot of kids over there.
Yeah, something crazy is the fact that so the way the Mormon church is set up, these temples, the one that you actually have one on the screen is
it's the one in Oakland. Yeah.
They have hundreds. These temples can accommodate hundreds of thousands of people. And there is a church bishop who sees over like a ward of 100 to 200 people, and they have this. Apparently, the church has deemed them to their mental accuracy to see if someone's telling the truth or not. It's completely ridiculous and bogus. And they go to them to report someone in the ward, and then they go to the bishop. And if the bishop thinks it's important enough, then it will take it to the church elder and official, which I think is just, think about how many ways people can misconstrue things and hide things in there. These are insane practices and the worst part about the Mormon church is the fact that nobody can come in there in that church unless you're Mormon, which is
right. And you have to be Mormon in order to get married in the church as well too. And then I know they have a whole approval process as well too.
Yes, it is incredibly vigorous. I'm not trying to fixate so much on the Mormon church. That's just what I'm most familiar with in the Episcopalian church. I'm not Mormon, but I am Episcopalian. So I only have good things to say about my church, but yeah.
So I think all the religions there's some truth. Understand this. There is some truth in every religion, right? Because there's your basic right and wrong. There's your basic belief, if you are a believer of God or higher power or whoever it is that you serve other than Satan. There's truth to every religion. But the thing is, what happens is when man steps in the picture and turn and twist the word of God and turn and twist it to pacify them and their needs, that's when the problem starts.
Right, because I believe that the root of all evil is when it comes down to man, when man gets a hold of it and man gets greedy and manipulates people and stuff like that. Because I almost feel like they do, as far as like preachers, pastors, I feel like they do manipulate people, and they like to manipulate women, and particularly older women.
Absolutely.
So you know what? I got a question for you guys, and I'm gonna show you how the church has manipulated people, right? So for everybody on the panel, was Jesus Christ a Christian?
He was Jewish, right?
Yeah, he was Jewish. Yeah, Jesus was Jewish.
As far as I know, he was a Jewish carpenter.
Well, a lot of people believe that he was a Christian. Right. And I'm like, well, how was he a Christian? And the religion was named after him after he died.
There's so many different.
The Jewish believes he's a prophet. They don't necessarily believe he's the son of God. They kind of believe that he was a prophet and not not the son of God.
In the trilogy. If I'm
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yeah.
Well, so all right. So the reason why the Jews don't believe that Jesus was the Son of God, because he didn't fulfill prophecy. Like, that's the only reason why they believe that he wasn't. So they believe that Jesus was supposed to, or the Messiah was supposed to free them from bondage, from under, I think it was like the Roman Empire. And when Jesus died, that didn't happen. So that's why they don't believe he's the Son of God. That's the only
Right.
reason why.
Right, right. That's true. Heidi had me cracking up. She was all like, "Was Jesus black or white?" Heidi, I definitely don't know what he was. However, I don't believe that he had long blonde hair, blue eyes, and all that. No, I don't believe that.
They said the hair was like wool, so that made me nappy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't believe he existed, to be honest with you.
Oh Lord.
I don't.
Well, I've heard that before from people, and as I was raised in the Bible and what it says in Revelation about his skin was bronze, his hair was thick and woolly. That describes an African American person, and from the history of the Bible, it really is stating that Jesus Christ was a person of color for sure. The way the description in the Bible is. I was raised in the household with white Christianity, and my mother had a picture of a white Jesus with long blonde hair, blue eyes. But until I learned differently, I do not believe he was definitely a white European man of European descent. I don't believe that.
Yeah, well, I know the whole backstory about the imagery that we have now, but I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole because it's going to take us to another level. I only wanted to make this a short show, but I definitely like this conversation. I appreciate all of you for coming on. I'm gonna go around the well, I was gonna say the table, but we ain't at a table. But I'm gonna let everybody say their final words, and then we're gonna peace out to everybody. But would y'all be down to come back again to talk about this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is an important topic.
Okay, cool. Okay, we gonna do part 2 to this. All right, Phillykid, I'm gonna start with you first. Any last final words?
Yeah, man. So for everybody in your chat, look up Haris, Aset, and Asar. Right? That's the original Holy Trinity. Okay? I mean, it's gonna take you down a rabbit hole that you probably don't necessarily want to go down, but it'll really open up your eyes to a lot of different stuff.
Okay. And Andrew, any last final words?
Yes, I think that we need to stop the religious loopholes with taxation in the United States. I think it's time we start taxing church assets.
Yes, and especially Joel Osteen with his castle that he live in.
Kenneth
I'm
Copeland.
gonna bring that picture of it next time so y'all can see it.
Yeah. Bring up Kenneth Copeland and his $120 million private jet collection. That's a great one.
That's crazy to me. All right, and Redhott, any last final words?
Yes. Hold on, I forgot.
I'm
gonna let Patrice go. Patrice,
Okay,
any last final words?
Yeah, I just want to say to whatever belief you have, or even if you are a non-believer, I don't believe, people try to put pressure on people that don't believe as well as people that do believe. And I believe it's a personal choice. And my thing is, if there truly is a God that we all serve, or whatever that higher power is, when that time comes and we all have to stand before him, ain't nobody else going to be there with you. So whatever it is that is your responsibility of your belief, that's yours to carry, nobody else's. So don't let nobody else force or push they belief or they non-belief on you.
Ooh, I like that. Definitely. I agree with you. I agree on that 100%. And Redhott, what did you find the words you was trying to say?
Yes, I did. Okay, so all I want to say is don't depend on the church for help or comfort, because they don't do that anymore. You have to work within yourself and get a relationship with the higher power, whoever you pray have a personal relationship with that God first, because church ain't nothing. They like to cheat on their wives and do other stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, Redhott, let's call a spade, right? It is what it is. They doing a whole lot of mess in the church these days.
They preach about, when they preach to people, they don't live up to what they preach. So that's why I don't trust them. Like, if you're going to preach to me, you need to live up to your word too. That's a hypocrite.
Amen. Let's shame the devil by telling the truth.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Amen to that. Y'all right. Definitely. All right, y'all. I'm gonna definitely have to do part 2. I'll probably do it. Is everybody cool with maybe Friday? I don't know a time, but is everybody cool with Friday or maybe Saturday?
I'll be on
I'm
vacation.
cool with Friday or Saturday.
How about
Friday or
Easter
Saturday?
Sunday?
Andrew, you said you'll be on vacation?
Yeah, we could do it on Easter Sunday.
That's a good one.
Yo, should we do it on Easter
Do
Sunday?
not do that, Andrew. That is paganism.
What if we do it late at night? Because technically, right now, some of y'all are, no, actually, no, not Patrice, because you in Vegas. So we still in the same day. Technically, if we do it at this time, it's Monday for them already. So I think maybe this could work out.
Wait, Friday is actually good because it's Good Friday. So we're going to make Good Friday kind of Bad Friday.
Oh, or Good Friday. Okay. I'll work it out. I'll hit you guys up in the DM. But I want to say first, thank you to Phillykid for jumping on. I appreciate you.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Even though you ain't gonna have me have no sponsors at all because you was talking crazy on here. I ain't gonna have no sponsors, no nothing. But I still love you. And Andrew, thank you. It's always a pleasure talking to you. We talk a lot in the DMs. Thank you for joining the show today. I appreciate you.
No problem. I've done a lot of research on this topic, believe it or not. So I was like, oh God, I have to join.
Yes, I'm gonna have to definitely have you on for part 2. Redhott, I've already said enough about you. I appreciate you, and we talk all the time. So, and everybody know where to follow you at. So we already know your information.
De nada. That means you're welcome in Spanish.
Yes. I took Spanish too. I know.
For real? Oh. Dang.
I only went to level 2. After that, I was done. Only level 2. It got too complicated. And Patrice, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. This is actually your second time, and I remember the first time you joined the show. So I really appreciate you coming back on. So I definitely would love to have you back too as well.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me, and I would love to.
Yes, and I'm gonna be in Vegas soon, so hopefully we can collaborate on something. I have a few ideas. I'll hit. You are on Instagram, right? I think I added you.
Yes, I am. I'm on Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'll hit you up in the DM about it. But
all right,
thank
sounds
you guys. Thank you guys for joining the show. You guys have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Y'all do the same.
Good night, everybody.
Of course. That was a good show, y'all. I really appreciate that. I was gonna sing one of the few gospel songs I know. But let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. I gotta warm up these vocals real quick. Me. I know you guys have been waiting, like, what's going on with the dating game? Well, remember I told you, I need more bachelors and bachelorettes. Come on, y'all, don't be scared. Don't y'all want to find love? Well, I am excited to announce that we have another bachelorette in the running by the name of Kiana. Make sure you guys go ahead and check her out. And fellas, let us know if you want to win her love and affection.
Kiana Victoria, I'm 23 years old. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. I turned 24 July 16th. So that means I am a Cancer. I have 2 jobs, so I am very independent. I have my priorities in check. I live by myself. I do know how to be submissive, so I am looking for a man to lead. I live in reality, so that means I'm a realistic person. I'm very humble, very shy at first, but I'm so funny. I have a very bright personality. And I'm just an amazing fucking person.
hit me up at at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. Again, that's at2entertainmentbooking@gmail.com. See you soon. Y'all ready? Sing it with me. Thank you, Royal Jukebox. Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory. Na na na. And sing to you the song. Take me to the king. Take me to the king. Take me to the king. All right, y'all. We out of here. Have a good night. Deuces. And don't forget to pass around that collection plate. Love y'all. Deuces.
There's a hater in my house. Took a while to figure out. There's no way you could have all that jealousy. A demon is in your heart. 'Cause you shouldn't hate me like that. And you shouldn't treat me like you do. You should adore me, so I'm gonna ignore you. So I'm convinced there's a hater in my pop quiz. Tell me why you hate in. Tell me why you're mad at me. Is it 'cause I'm poppin'? Why me? Or could it be that you're filled with jealousy? Why you have so much envy? Is it I want more for me? And you remain the same. There's a hater in my house. So I'm convinced there's a hater in my house.
Oh, hey, you guys, I forgot about something. Don't forget, Yvette is having Sunday service next Sunday for Easter, so make sure you guys check it out. All right, love y'all. We out of here.